All right, we're live. What up? What up? As far as market wise, I'm not sure what side to even target today. I mean, I would say the overnight low, but yeah, it's a bit tricky today, that's for sure. Just open and see which way we drive, I guess. I don't really know what to do right now. Yeah, the indicators here, boys. The new motor wave. Okay, let's see what we do here. Alright, I guess we go straight for the low, huh? Straight for the low we go. Overnight low right there, 116. I wasn't able to catch much of this move. Goodness, that was explosive. I didn't have my stuff set up, but I caught half of the move, or what I needed. I guess we might reverse off that now. Crazy, crazy. Let's have this liquidity down here at 050. Oh, do we have any lower? Good God, I missed most of the move. Try another short off of 50s. I don't know how to get my accounts to show up that I'm trading on Motivwave, but right now I'm just trading on Tradevate. Executing like this. I'll have to figure out how to execute on Motivwave. Oh yeah, I'm short 5 micros. Oh, 2 micros. Oh shoot. Okay. I'm short 6 micros now at 139, fortunately. Just looking for a new low. Which I think is possible. Magnets wise, I mean, we have all the liquidity lower, so we'll see. Okay. Come on. There's a 100 block. There's a block at 100 right there. Right there. Getting there. Close. So I'm gonna break the hundreds right here. Nice. Okay. We're down to 2 micros on these accounts. The next block is at 50. That's what I'm looking to see. I mean, shit, we've already caught over 100 points today. Holy. New indicators on fire. I shorted off this big trades here and targeted the liquidity beyond the overnight, so this stuff is really helping me today. This is stuff that I used to use like by myself. with bookmap and stuff like that. Oh shit, you guys can't see, huh? Yeah, so the liquidity, here, I'll show you guys now. There we go. So you guys can see now. It took the low, yeah. Yeah, you had to hop in that trade like off the open. I mean, we had a 130 points drop at the open, but it was obvious, you know? I mean, well, obvious once it opened that we're just gunning straight for the low. Liquidity wise, I mean, we do have some magnets up top, but the bigger one is down below, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm excited to debut this on stream. This stuff is already giving me a huge leg up in the game. Yeah, as far as like big liquidity wise, it's down at 0.50, the big magnet. Ooh, okay. I got stopped out my 2 micros, my final 2 micros. That's all good. Okay, so as far as short-term liquidity, that's what we're looking at. I'll leave that up there so we can see the long term. Not a lot of sellers though. I mean, I would say this buyers are overwhelming the resting orders right now, which is good for selling. It's the opposite is what you want because when there's buy limits, you want people to market sell into those buy limits. Will we squeeze here? That's the question. I do see the magnet at 76 and 50, but do we squeeze here? That's what I'm wondering. Are they funded accounts? No, these are Tradeify evals. These are Tradeify evals. Let's see if it goes for the magnets. That's what I'm wondering right now. Take out the low real quick. I would assume. Alright, I think we do here. I think we're going for those magnets down below. Oh my goodness. Yep, we just aggressively took that magnet. There's still one more at 50. I think it wants that. I think it wants 50. I'm still in my short. I'm in with 2 micros now. About to make the max profit needed on these. Something like that, I think. You guys see how these magnets are playing out though? Like, I'm glad I put these on my chart. Holy magnet, Jesus Christ. I mean, I feel like at this point, even if it doesn't take out the magnet, it's gotta come a bit lower and like kind of trade into it. That's generally how it does. But these are like magnets you can't see anywhere else. You cannot see these on the actual, like, there's no indicator except for the depth of market. This is literally the DOM but visualized. So it's not like a, also it's not like any indicator. It's showing you live market orders, limit orders, not market orders. So like this is where somebody wants to get long with 177, 197 limits. Well, it's shifting now. You see it's going 171, 191. So this is the book visualized, the DOM. Come on, I'm almost. Yep, come on. There we go. There we go, guys. So a lot of times this will happen where it'll come within one tick. So I don't necessarily put my TP underneath these. And sometimes I'll actually get long off these levels. So that's something I've just noticed over time. That price will come within like ticks of these, big orders and then move off of it. Eventually it'll come back and take it, but I've just noticed that behavior. So anyways, yep, we finished our trade. Beautiful day. Caught over 100 points trading micros. The rebuild continues. And yeah, I mean, now I'm going to open up 5 accounts at Funded Next and get a start on those. But beautiful, beautiful. Locking in on the overnight model. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. So right now, like this is our block. This is our liquidity block. This is like our barrier. For us to get any lower, we're gonna have to come and fill this price. Right now, this is acting as like a shield. So there's another block trying to set up right here. But if we need to get any lower, we have to get through this. And in order to get through this, right, what is this? This is 182 buy limits. It could either be somebody exiting their position, or it could be somebody entering for the first time with a limit. You don't know. All you can know is that it's a buy limit set over there. So for us to get through this, we have to market sell through this limit. We have to be strong enough to do that. So we need aggression. So let's see what comes here. But as of right now, how you play this is you get long with a tight stop. You get long like as close as you can, stop right underneath. So it's a cheap trade. I've taken it many times. It works, it doesn't. This time you would have gotten stopped through. At least on the first time it would have worked. And now there's no barrier, there's no shield holding us up. So we are free to fall through. And fall through, we are trying down to this next magnet at 29K. Pretty interesting stuff today. This motorway we get for Lucid? I think so. This is motorway, but I've coded all these indicators myself. But I think so, yes. You need level 2 data for this. This is all level 2 data. I'm routing it on one of my Iron Beam live accounts, but I don't have enough money in there to actually like be trading on it. I'm not in the mood to trade live. Actually, I did trade live on one of my accounts. I made 3,800 today. I'll show you guys. And technically could still trade more, but I'm just gonna take the payout. So I torched one account. One account still has like 200 drawdown left, but one account I got to 2,800. I was down like 800 on Friday. This is Futures Elite. They gave me live accounts. They paid me 9K and then they moved me live. Um, so yeah, this is some live accounts with this firm. God damn. You guys see this? This is crazy. This is crazy, crazy. Big blocks. I mean, it's not insanely big. Holy, what is going on here? We're just falling, falling. A lot of stuff happened right there. Jesus Christ. What does those numbers with the star mean? So this is someone if they pull their order. So it was on the DOM, and if it's above 50, it'll tell me if they pulled their order. So it's like they're spoofing. And it happens across like any, I guess those are the only three areas, but yeah, it happens across like any level. At that time, at that point of time, at that place, so you could see, okay, I hate this auto scale feature, but you could see someone pulled 666 orders here. That was like a huge, someone had 666 orders to the upside. They pulled it at the open because they would have got like, excuse the language, but they would have got raped. And yeah, so this just shows you people pulling their orders. How does one get the study? Which one? I'm using like a whole bunch of studies that I've coded on Claude, but which one? I'll eventually be releasing these. I think this stuff is like invaluable. I'm combining like all my favorite platforms into one, which is amazing. It's like the best order flow you can get with the same quality NinjaTrader of like the overnight high low levels. This right here shows you the previous week low. Right here's the previous week high. If you saw yesterday, let me pull up some screenshots. I was, oh God, okay, well, we have to get through this level here if we're gonna pump. Anyways, if you saw yesterday, I was tweaking with this indicator, right? And I saw, let me see, yep, goodness, what a pump. I mean, today the market's actually is trading well. Like it's nice. There's opportunities are plentiful. But anyways, at these sort of levels that I have on my chart, it's not like I have some willy-nilly levels. Like this is the previous week low. So if you saw yesterday, the previous week low, you could see that there was 643 orders long, sitting there for like the longest time. And it was sitting there for like hours and hours and hours. And we were trading a bit lower in the overnight session, and I was like, oh, okay, damn, that's gonna fail. So that's like a big magnet, and these orders kind of show up at these levels. So if you see here, there's orders right next to this previous week high. I mean, not right next to, it's like 100 points away, but where else is there a block, right? It's close enough to there. So these levels that I have on my chart really work, and they're attentions you have to pay attention to. So right now, like we failed to stay above the previous week low. So are we trading lower? Most likely. And as far as order flow and stuff we're seeing, all the big magnets are lower. You can see the big blocks, the big orders are lower. There's one, I mean, up here at the previous week low, but even that is like a sell limit to just get short when we get there. Um, but yeah, it's like all the interest, current interest in liquidity wise is all lower, so it helps you make better decisions, that's for sure. Is there a giveaway today? So actually, um, there's gonna be a giveaway, but it's not gonna be on stream. It's gonna be on Discord, and I'm gonna make it in a way where you have to like show proof that you're using my code in order to get it, just so it's more incentivized. And yeah, I'm trying to set that up. So I was too busy getting this indicator set up yesterday, but I saw this guy do this in his Discord. I was going around other people's Discords, seeing how they do this. So yeah, if you use my code, you'll be fine. Um, yeah, because sometimes when I shout out on X, I see a lot of people come through stream, and then when I don't shout out on X, like today I didn't, and we're down to like 20 people. But when I shout out on X, I think we had like 40 people. So yeah, people just come for the giveaway. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying stream. Stay tuned for the giveaway inside Discord. That'll be pretty good. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. This is the debut of these new indicators on stream. Man, what a day! What a day! AB used my code on Lucid today. WW. Let me see what we're at on Lucid now. Soon do a giveaway over there. All right, like see someone pulled 90 orders. So when someone pulls 90 orders, that's just fuel for us to go lower. All right, let's open up Lucid. Oof, we're getting there, guys. We're close. We're $27 away from a Lucid giveaway. Until then, it's gonna be fun in next giveaways. Relative strength on ES, huh? Let's see what our favorite instrument ES is doing with these indicators. Templates. Oh my God, this is obviously ES is way more. Goodness gracious. Okay, so obviously, let's put this at like 200. Obviously, you cannot use the same filters on NQ as ES. And yeah, it's exactly. ES is just a much thicker instrument. Why is this still bugging out on me? Oh, past sessions. I'm retarded. 200. Update. 200, is that too much? Or do we just not get anything? Goodness. Alright, let me try removing this into liquidity heat map. Heat map is fine, I think. Pulled orders. Oh, let's put that as like 150. And big trades. Let's just make a new one. Big trades will go 100. Sure. Alright, that is way too much. Goodness. Maybe if we put this down to like the 1 minute as well. I use 120 to 150. Yeah, should probably use 150, huh? Yeah, I'll use 150. But look at this divergence on NQ and ES. NQ is like dumping, it's low. ES is pumping off the low. It's like not fun to trade when that happens. But it doesn't matter with our overnight model. Anyways, what was I saying? Big trades, 150. Oops, I just removed the whole thing. 150 and 200. Add. Alright, this is loading a lot. I can't even zoom out. This is diabolical. How much data is this taking on my computer? Holy hell. Anyway, sometimes I will take out the big trade just to see this more clearly. Pretty clear move, you know, if you take out the big trades. Um, you know, we opened and we moved lower, took out the overnight low. We have our 5-minute opening range. For the first time in like a couple sessions, we are not inside the opening range. Beautiful, beautiful sights to see. Yeah, ES though is back in its overnight or 5-minute range. Um, yeah, ES is back in its range. Change your max and minimum circle size to 30 to 40. I'm trying to pick up on like more of these nuanced bubbles, but then I don't want to see them sometimes. So I feel like this is fine, and then I'll just like not look at them sometimes. Well, ES came to its prior week low, and it's bouncing off of it. This is the purple line. This is a prior week low. We had this low on 820. 820, so 820 is, we had it last week on Thursday. Thursday's low. We're bouncing off Thursday's low on ES. Makes sense, you know, a lot of times that happens on these first tests. NQ though has fallen under. So NQ is the one who's stronger today. NQ is way underneath its low. So NQ is pulling ES. Did you clean up the old bubbles? No, I've just set it to not show for now. I'll use it. I don't really use it other than the fact is I want to see how price moves around certain levels. So until it does that, I don't really need every single order flow bubble. I'm not an order flow trader, but I'll enable it just to see, you know, what it's doing. Well, this is crazy on ES, so we have to change this, but I'll have to go to Claude again. Maybe for this, we change it to like 1 and 5. See if this changes anything. A little better. Let's change it to like 1 and 3. A little better. Let's change it to 1 and 2. Yeah, much better. So on ES, this is 1 and 2. Even 2 is a lot, huh? I mean, all the bubbles are gonna be the same now. I guess that's fine. So, yep. ES, this is how we're looking. And I like how it zooms out to white as well. It looks very clean, you know, when you zoom out. Like if you zoom out enough, it just looks white. And you can just see price action pretty clearly. So take out this, take out big trades, and you can just see exactly what happened. Pretty nice. But yeah, I'm loving this platform, guys. God, it's like I built my own platform. The amount of customization I've done is insane. It's actually diabolical. I love it, guys. I don't know what to say. I love this platform now. So things I have to work on after I hop off stream here. I gotta work on my Discord. I gotta work on the giveaway bot, and then I gotta work on the OBS. I have a new stream overlay I'm trying to experiment with, so I have to work on a couple stuff. And today we're bringing back content. I've been lacking for the last week, So today I'll film a vlog. Um, yeah, film a vlog and go to the gym. Actually, I'm pretty gassed today. I hit gym the last 2 days, but maybe we can hit the gym. But I'll be filming a vlog today, that's for sure. And yeah, beautiful day. We caught the shorts. Caught the shorts. Used liquidity catch shorts a bit lower as well. Didn't limit ourselves to only the opening move, but with my strategy, the opening move pretty much, I mean, you're not gonna short it there, but if you short it like at 200, that's like 80 points. That's a lot of points, right? 80 points in like a minute or two. So that is a lot of points. And we caught much lower as well. So right now, ES is bouncing off its prior week low. NQ is still way underneath. So at this point, is ES going to be the one that pulls NQ up because it's holding off its prior week? Or is NQ the one that pulls ES down because it's trading way beneath its prior week? That is the $1 million question right now. But let me go to the bathroom real quick, and while I do that, let me buy some funded next accounts so I can trade those on stream, and then possibly call it a day. So just give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back, and ready to take some more trades on my funded next evals. Alright guys, we're back. Market has not moved since I left. It's still in the same place. Damn. Someone says, actually bubbles don't interfere. You could put it again if you want. Let's see. It's just too much overload for me sometimes. Rather just see price action more cleanly because I can trade price action. Yeah, all I need is price action and current liquidity so I can get a sense for where it's going. And then my levels. We're trading underneath my levels, so you know, it worked for me ever since I started trading. Oh my god. Whole lot of pulling orders over here. Let me switch this back to NQ. Oh, actually, the settings are all off, huh? Keep this like this, and then we'll make a new chart with NQ. Whoops, that looks ugly as hell. That looks better. And put it on the 15, and then put my template on and we're chilling. See, like this kind of interferes. I mean, not interferes, but it's like too much. Like it's just, okay, you see a bunch of big trades, but it's like, well, what info is it actually giving you? Like, I'd rather just see this 15-minute candle that is from 236 down to 977. I'd rather just see that, which is like 260 points. And then I see a candle that made somewhat of a, not a retracement, but small little pullback, and now we're just dumping again. And where's the next liquidity? Well, it's right here at 50s. That's the next block. I'd rather just see that, if I'm honest. Especially because there's no levels down here. Levels wise, if you pull out the 15-minute chart, yeah, we are falling way underneath previous week's low. So I do have an indicator as well here. Studies shows me all the previous week's lows. So okay, I can't really see anything, but let's take the price labels off. This gives me a little more information. Okay, so we have a couple previous week's lows. I mean, the next previous week low would be down here, 764. I think I'll recode this to show me which day it is, because I don't know which previous week's low or high this is, but it is one of the levels. And then I'd probably have to create a previous month low as well. Yeah, I have some work to do actually. You know, most days you don't end up using these bigger time frame levels, but on the days where we are like moving down out of a balance we created, you know, that is what you do. So right now, I mean, we're just trading in the blind other than the fact that we have this liquidity blocks 1, 2, and 3 here. Someone really wants to get short up here, I guess, at this current Thursday low, last Thursday low. But let me take this out. I mean, as far as we know, we're trading underneath the opening range. I don't know why this is a bit off. Yeah, why is it down here? All right, I'll just take that off for now. Would you short after seeing 146 spoofed orders? Where? I must have missed it. Oh, right here. If I was in a short, it would give me more confidence. I'm not necessarily sure I would short just off of that. Maybe for a scalp, but I mean, it does play out. You can see once this, order like leaves, that's room to go lower. Would you short right after? I'm sorry, I already answered that. I got slipped so hard trying to short ES just now. What happened to ES? Slipped like you marketed? If you mark your order, you always run the risk of slippage. That's why I always click join bid or join ask. But how do people go all in on CPI to pass accounts when there's slippages? Sure. Why have you started switching platforms lately? So yeah, it does seem like I'm switching every day, which pretty much I am. But the thing is, I love NinjaTrader, but it doesn't give me everything that I need. It lacks that order flow element. It lacks this depth of market element. I used to use NinjaTrader plus Bookmap, and I would get all my order flow right there. And unfortunately, as you become a better trader, you evolve and you start letting go of certain things. And I let go of Bookmap, but one of these days I eventually came back to Bookmap and I was like, damn, I really miss this. So I was like, what do I really miss about the platform? And it was this current order book, the depth of market. So I was like, okay, I don't really need Bookmap if I can just see this. So I started hunting, trying to find platforms that could give me best of both worlds, and I finally was able to just literally create all of this myself. Not a single indicator you see here is from the MotiveWave like native package itself. I've custom coded it like everything here. So it's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool for me. It was like a huge project. I was working all weekend on this. I'm so glad it paid off. Because I love this. It's amazing. So it's safe to say the platform hunt is over now. I'm a sole MotiveWave guy now. Yep, I coded this. Everything you see here, I've coded everything. Um, the wickless candles up here, as you can see right there. The big trades, this was a hard one to code. I had to go through many trial runs. And these big trades, so you see this rectangle, it shows you where there's a possibility for market to turn, because this is I forgot the exact logic, but this is basically exact deep charts logic. So yeah, you can code your own indicators on Ninja, MotiveWave. I'm not sure deep chart, but I've coded my own indicators before. I've never really taken on a whole project like this, coding an entire workspace. I've done certain things here and there, but this was a tall task. I ran through like all my cloud usage for the week or day, whatever it is. I have like the lowest plan. Cool that you coded everything, but did you really have to code everything? Many ready indicators. That's true, but once you come to MotiveWave and you see the indicators, like we can just show you. So, whoops, why does this always do that? So let's go, right? So what do we need? We need depth of market. I'll show you guys how it would look without my code. Big trades, let's add it. So this is how the big trades looks. I mean, obviously you can change the color. Not too great. Now let's go add the DOM. This is the built-in. I'm using all the built-in right now. You know, you can see pretty much big blocks. This is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. But I mean, I could probably code mine to go this way as well. But you can't really see the values. You can just see how big it is. And if you click on it, I don't think there's any way to show use real values, apply. No, I don't think there's any way to show that. I mean, just click everything. Yeah, there's no real way to show that. It'll show you big blocks, things to pay attention for, but I like mine. It shows me actual values, and it shows me if things get spoofed. There's no wickless candle indicator here. I had to create that myself. So as far as everything else, overnight levels, I don't really like how it looks, but yes, it is there. It's called OHLC. Opening range, 30 seconds. Now we use the 5-minute. Add opening range. It doesn't have a midpoint. There's no way to code that. I've tried and tried, but there's no opening range middle. So opening range mid is something I pay attention for. So there we go. There's the lack of that. And then the lines for the overnights, I don't like it because it just shows me pure lines, right? The overnight high is there, cool. Overnight low is here, but it doesn't show me how the overnight develops. You see my line, it does this. This is the NinjaTrader code that I used to be using NinjaTrader for. So you see how it shows you the high as it develops and then it stops once it, it stops. So I had to create this developing overnight because I like to kind of visualize how the overnight has set up. So you can see we created this high here and that was the high, and then we just dumped all Asia, and you can see the developing overnight was lower and lower and lower, and it kind of just gives me a nice visualization in this case like the stair step. So yeah, I had to use Claude, and then there's no prior week. I'm sure you could create something, but it would just be a straight line once again. I kind of like this design I have going on here. But yeah, so this is what you guys would get if you just try to make it off of what do you call it? Off of just MotiveWave native platform. This is what you would get if you just use mine. So my code, I think it's much more beautiful, aesthetic, pleasing to look at, and gives me more information. I love it. What's the difference between your big trace indicator and built-in one? So I wrote a logic, and I don't mind sharing it with you guys. Let me go to Claude. The big difference is the rectangles. So I'll show you. I have to pull up what I wrote. MotiveWave looks better than deep charts. Yeah, I took the best of deep charts and moved it over to MotiveWave. But here, let me look at this logic. Yeah, deep charts is amazing, but I don't think it's as customizable like I've done so here. You guys would love this. Like, this is just chef's kiss, like amazing. I'm just in love with this platform now. Jesus Christ. It gives me all the information I need, man. And I created the function where if you zoom out, it shows you big orders and relative to the surrounding size. So that's why when I zoom out here, everything else goes to 0 because the big one here is obviously this one of 110. That's the one that sticks out like a sore thumb. and this one here 105. And then obviously there's one building up here for 68. Thank God it wasn't 67. But yeah, it shows you like as you zoom out, right? As you zoom out, it shows you the biggest ones in relative to the surrounding area. So it's amazing. So it's just insane. And yeah, it just shows you like interest, like where are there a lot of buyers showing up to absorb? Are there a lot of sell side interest? You know, it just shows you what side the market could potentially go in a short time frame, and then what the bigger magnets are. Obviously, um, the biggest magnet right now that makes sense to me would be the one off of the prior week low. Maybe get there and short that. But as far as current magnets, would be this one. This one's a bit closer. So yeah, I'll just leave this like now. Let me try and find the logic so I can share that with you guys. Maybe something I can add is take out the numbers when I'm on the larger time frame, like overview. But the logic, God, it was somewhere here. Okay, I think this is one of the drafts I was doing, but this pretty much explains, you know, why there's horizontal lines. Or let me take off this. What the hell? Okay. And then, so this logic, so you'll see that this horizontal line, this rectangle doesn't print on every single turn, but when it does, you can see that this is why, this is like the reason behind it. So if you guys could take a second to read it, but this is the logic behind it. It has to do more so with like trap trades, which is what I was going for. I don't use big trades um, too heavily. I kind of use it on the fact that, oh, if there's a lot of selling here at the low and we move sharply up off of it, you know, they become trapped. So then that becomes a sharp move back up to, you know, back to the range or just back up for a short time frame move. So I had this build me this rectangle. So anytime, so what is the logic again? So these three, I guess, is the logic. I don't even know what I built it as. I undertook so many projects, bro. I'm like fried. But let me just read it out. So, if it closed strong, implies that low the candle got defended, rejected. So whichever trade, blah blah blah. Okay, I don't know exactly what I did. You know, I was in a flow state, but this is what I used, and it just basically helped me show trap trades a little bit more. So, if you see this type of rectangle print, then you know for that time frame, it generally will mean like you know it's a trap trade. So it'll generally work, not every time, but like for example, let's find some examples. So we see here we have some trap trading. We see we wick into this and we move off of it. So it provides like a short time frame scalp if you're trying to scalp. Of course, it's gonna get run through a couple times, like here, um, sometimes, but it's not like I see this, I go long. No, it's not like that. But you see here, we had some selling on this candle, move back up through it, but then we had a nice small reaction off of this area. I remember I was in a trade when this happened, but it doesn't provide, an end all be all, but especially at like swing highs or swing lows, generally, if you find some trap trades, it's nice. It doesn't even have to be a lot of trap trades, as you saw in this example, but generally provides a lot of reactions, something interesting. But yeah, I just use it in conjunction with other stuff. I don't generally use just trap trades alone. It just helps me. Yeah, hopefully that explains Bruin-Tov. So yeah, you could code this yourself if you don't want to wait for me to release it. Pretty easy, I think, if you kind of understand what you're looking for. But Claude is just amazing. What can I say? So kind of getting a reaction off this order. I guess this trapped order didn't quite reach it, but it came close enough, like 2 points away. So this is generally the idea, and this is generally what you want to see. You want to see like a 15-point move off a 10-point move, 20-point move. So there's your scalp. After that, I don't really know what happens because, order flow only helps you for the current like 10, 15, 20 points, and you're able to predict moves for like the next 10, 15, 20, maybe 40 points. But yeah, order flow. It shows you the flow of orders for that current time period. So it's not going to help you bottom take a 100-point move. It might help you bottom take a 10-point move or 20-point move, but that's about it, There are limitations to order flow. But when you combine it with auction market theory, all this other stuff that I use, it becomes a serious edge. That's for sure. So now that we've, rejected off of it, the next time we touch it, are we really going to hold? Probably not, and that's probably what we see here. So generally it works on the first touch. So yeah, we had 105 lots sold at 22. See if we break out of this range we've created here. Maybe go and grab this liquidity up to 53. I think that's very doable. As far as the book looks right now, I think that's what we're going to try. Made it up to 45, not 53. So far, this is like the barrier. You generally expect a rejection here off of like 43, 42s, but the fact is we are trading above this range finally, so I believe that is like what we're going to eat up. We're going to eat those orders here. Made the move down up to 48, not quite to 53, 56s yet. And up to this order as well, this area here. So anyways, yep, I'll be fixing my execution so I can show you guys actual execution on this platform. Today, I wasn't able to, but I showed you guys I was in shorts. I pulled over my Tradeovate tab. Not LARPing, as you guys know, I never LARP, so. Did we make it? No, we made it up to 48. Not quite what we wanted. 53s. There's still this block here. I do think we take that out. We'll see though. They keep like reloading it. You guys see? It keeps getting bigger and bigger. Okay, we took it out. 51. Now there's like no sell orders. I feel like we could pop here up to 67, up to like 70s. Yeah, I feel like we could pop here up to 70. So hope this you guys are kind of seeing what I'm seeing. breaking above the range. Now we're using liquidity to see where we could possibly break above the range to before we end up making like a look below and fail. Nice. I mean, it looks good. I mean, we already broke out to our target, so now I'm thinking this liquidity up to opening range low is doable, up to 29.80. Doable, but I'm not too sure. I mean, it's good. We have a lot of orders holding price up, but yeah, I'm not too sure. Not as confident, but I do think we can get that just because we broke above this range. But yeah, that's what the current liquidity is showing me. What is the profile on the right side? This is the depth of market. This is the current order book. So it's the DOM, but visualized. So here, let me buy some more fund and next accounts and try to get long here. Yeah, it's definitely doable. As it moves more and more, we're seeing a lot of, if these orders, go away, if we end up trading into these orders, then I don't like it as much. But as long as we have this kind of holding us up, I really like the move up to here. The thing with current order book is you have to understand when this becomes like a barrier, like a shield for price to kind of hold up against, and when you use something as like magnet. So technically both of these are like barriers, right? But you're trying to see like based off price action and based off your levels. There we go. So we just hit our what we said we'd hit. Not yet, but close enough. I never actually want these to be end all be all. Like I want you to trade into these areas, not necessarily get um like not take TP just because it didn't go extra 4 points, beyond this. If it gets close enough, that's fine. Take your TP at these levels. There's so many times where it just reverses um off of like this, as you see right here. So that's why I always take TP into these levels. So like 80 should be good enough for you if you were trading this. Not like 88, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you would have saved yourself some stress and frustration if took TP at 80. But I like this block holding us up here. When this leaves, when we take this out, that might be changing. That might change my bias, short-term bias a little bit. But I'm kind of explaining this more on stream today, more than like, well, I'm done for the day in terms of trading. I have to trade some more evals actually, so I'm not done for the day. But taking more of an explain approach, so hopefully, the people who are here who watch me every day can kind of understand what I'm using this for. So tomorrow I don't really have to explain every little thing I'm seeing. But it's nice to see, nice to explain as well. What do you look for before putting on a trade? Well, I like to see my levels, obviously. I like to be on the right side, liquidity wise. I like to have some sort of target. So yeah, pretty much a diplomatic answer, but I generally like to have good risk reward. So that means I'm taking trade up against the level. So like, let's say I wanted to short here. Okay, I've never used this function before, but if I want to short here, this is my level. If it gets run through, it gets run through. So I can have a tighter stop. Maybe I short somewhere right here at 80, risking 90 and TP at like 50, or here at 60 at this liquidity. So I generally like to find a good RR. I like to find the liquidity generally in the direction or something holding up price. So if I'm trying to long, I try to long off of this right here. So I can have a tight stop here, targeting, this. And I like to have a couple different confluences. I don't like to just target one confluence unless it's the opening move. Like you guys saw me short into the opening overnight low. So I have a couple different playbooks. It's not like a ICT silver bullet or anything like that. Like, oh, XYZ sets up, XY sets up, and Z is my execution. No, it's a little more discretionary. Um, but I generally like to just stack confluences and go from there. And all the confluences just come from my levels: the overnight high, overnight low, opening range middle, opening range high low, liquidity, big magnets, wickless candles, candles without a wick. On the 15-minute is the time frame specifically I look for. Big trades, not necessarily, but sometimes. Spoofing, kind of. I mean, I use it, not really. Um, yeah, all these stuff that I use. So like this long is nice, you know, if you were able to long as close as possible to this order here, it's holding price up. So until this breaks, you're safe to long this. So like I was explaining, we didn't quite get to here, but this is a decent enough, you know, it's close enough. If you were able to catch it, good on you. You would have made like 20 points instant. And you have a defined stop loss right underneath this order here. If this order disappears, well, there goes your barrier for longs. This is holding us up for now. So hopefully that makes sense. Thing about order flows, it barely works for stocks since most stocks trade in dark pools. I agree. Order flow is not necessarily for stocks. It's more so for index futures like NQ, ES, um, GC. Yeah, it's silver. Uh, yeah, I would say it's more so for index futures. Where did your VP go? So I'm actually having trouble with my VP. That's the only thing wasn't able to bring over. Um, I tried to create a custom volume profile. Every time I add it onto my chart, nothing shows up. So as you can see, I've already added it. But where is the VP? Nowhere to be found. Um, and then the volume on motor wave is not as good. That's the only caveat. So I'm trying to figure something out. I'm sure I'll figure something out, but my platform just froze once I imported the VP. So I think I just crashed my platform. Hold on. The VP file was so heavy as well. It crashed my entire platform the other day. We'll give it like a minute to load. I'm not even in a trade right now, but yeah, it's crashing my platform. Why don't Sierra? Um, Sierra is a bit advanced. Obviously it's the best platform, but it lacks bit of order flow. I know you do get the depth of market. All right, let me just exit this platform. I just crashed my platform. Amazing. Let me log back in. Let me just black screen real quick in case I don't share any info. Okay. I had two charts up, huh? So why is this being so funky? Bro, I hate when it does this, bro. Inherit settings from active chart. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this is not the chart that I wanted. Do I not have my template? Are we serious? I swear I have my own template. Guess I don't. Goodness. Save as. So we're figuring this platform out. Never really used Motivate um, to like execute on. I've only ever used it to chart. So figuring it out as we go. I'm sure I'll get used to this platform. There we go. We are back. Back like we never left. Maybe we make this a 5 minute. So right now, as far as liquidity wise, you guys can see that sellers are like stepping in. I mean, like they're showing their hand, right? There's a lot of sell limits above price. For us to get through this, we'd have to, um, what's the right word? We'd have to like be aggressive into that. So we need a lot of buying to come up here. And it's like, do you really want to buy up here? Is price really at a discount? No, price was at a discount down here. So I don't know what's going to happen here. If buyers are really aggressive, yeah, we'll take this through. We'll see a reversion back up to the OR mid, possibly the OR high. But if we're not, this hand that the sellers have shown is just gonna play out and show fruition. So, oh, wickless marker. Let's put this on to 15, like that. I don't want to see the 1 minutes. Big order up there at 200. Take out the. So this is something that I would like to see. You know, we see 68 lots being sold here. That is like showing me trap selling, and if we see a move off of it, which we have, so that is something I pay attention for in terms of big trades. So when normally we see trap selling at the swing highs or swing lows or pivots or wherever it makes sense, that is where it works the best. So hopefully you guys learned something today. Yeah, we have 184 lots sitting up there at 200. That's the biggest one I see on the DOM. There's one more up there, way up there, above 500. Isn't wickless candle just a pattern? Is it a heavy confluence for you? It's just a pattern. Um, but if you notice wickless candles behavior long enough, especially on the higher time frames, which some would argue 15-minute time frame is like institutional level. Whoops, there goes my 100 cycle levels indicator. That's fine. Anytime I change like the opacity, just moves down. It just goes away. I have to code that again. But yeah, it's just a pattern. I do have it as like targets if it's on the 15-minute time frame. So you can see here, 15. On the 15-minute time frame, we've left behind these wickless candles here today. So this is stuff I would target if we get there. These are areas for mean reversion if you generally watch the behavior of candles long enough. But yeah, it's not like oh, I see a wickless candle, okay, I'm going long because we're gonna go take it out. No, It's like, okay, I see wickless candles. Let's see if I can stack it with anything else. Show me an entry and potentially I'll use that as an exit. Potentially just use it to manage risk most of the time. And maybe if we get there and it makes sense, I'll try mean reversion off of it because a lot of times we'll like go wick into it and then wick back down. So, yep. So as we get higher and higher, let me just, why is it not applying? Is it here? Oh, it is here. So I'll just take it off out of this for now because I don't want to look at that. It's just more lines in my chart, but on the 1 minute it's here, right? So if we approach it, I know what we're like going for. But so far, are we V-bottoming? That's the question. We're holding above the opening range low, so we've recovered back into it. We're holding it now. And now as far as liquidity wise, well, we'd have to get through this, you know, freaking sea of orders here. Oh, trapped buying at the highs. That is something you do not want to see. Um, you guys saw this trap selling at the low here, trap selling at the high here. Probably see a short-term move back down. If not, then we might just push through and actually take these orders out. So we will see. We'll see what happens. We shall see. Looks like we might just go up. Big block at 46 right now. All right, let's start trading these fund and next accounts, huh? Shall we? Let's start trading these. So we're almost at max allocation on Tradeify. We just need $800 tomorrow, and we're there. Taking a payout out of that account, live account today. I was able to add a little bit more to it. I was short with one mini on one of these turns down here. I remember when I was short when this happened. I was short in that candle. Um, so we can see that I have $3,900 in there now. So I'll take all that out at a 90% split. So I think I'll get like how much is it? 3,982.72 times 0.9. So it looks like I'll be getting $3,500 to start the week. So I've emailed the risk team saying, hey, can I withdraw my entire live account balance? They haven't reached back out to me yet, but they should, and I should be able to withdraw all that. So very excited for that. Beautiful start to the week. Yeah, we'll see where this week takes us. We're so close to doing giveaway on Lucid. We just need like a couple more people to use my code there, which is $26. So I would say 9, 18, 27, like 3 people, 3 orders of like 50K or whatever. So we're pretty close there. Oh, nice little turn off this rectangle here. This rectangle kind of aligns with this wall of liquidity here. So this is generally how you would use um, my style of trading. Fits my style of trading. Asymmetrical risk reward. You know, you're risking probably 3, 4 blocks of this liquidity, which is like 10 points. Instant, you're up uh, 10 points. So that is order flow for you. When it lines up with Confluence, you stack it. Oh boy, it does line up. And where would you TP? So let's say you enter this, hoping this wall of liquidity holds for you. Your TP, obviously you try to take one here at this high for a trim, and then you'd hold the rest toward potentially here, 145s. There's a bigger block up there, potentially 200s. I don't know, but you should at least hold for here. So we are locked in, guys. God, this platform is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Showing me all the info. You guys are seeing how well it plays out. I'm glad I put in the work this weekend. Hours and hours. Like you should see the just the stuff I went through with Claude, man. It's diabolical. Like, dude, look at this. All this, bro. Oh my God. And then here as well. Just like so much work put in. Very happy with how it turned out. Okay, someone says, do you use a hard stop or get out if you're wrong? Yes, I use a hard stop. It's hard to get out when you're wrong. You're like frozen. You're like a deer in headlights. You're like holding your breath. It's hard to like click the button actually. You're like frozen in fear. So better to use stop losses and actual actual tools so you don't have to make the decision for yourself. But so far, you guys see this trap selling here, which is holding us up, trap buying here, which is holding us up, and this also coincides with this rectangle. So it's not like this indicator just is random. Like this stuff works. Stuff is insane. All for free too. I was able to do it all for free by myself on Claude. I have no idea how to do this stuff. All I was feeding is the right inputs and just tweaking it, tweaking it, tweaking it. And then there's my psych levels indicator. You guys can see how we are kind of holding up at these round numbers, psychological levels of price, right? These are my grid lines. We can generally see reactions, right? You see the reaction here, move up, reaction here, move up, pretty much here, move up. Price generally kind of finds balance within these levels of 100, 2900, 29100, 29200, generally, right? Sometimes it'll break through, but right now we're seeing some consolidation. You know, we pretty much held this. It's like a look below and fail. And now we're coming up here, testing this, consolidating here. Not sure if we'll move down or up. As long as we hold the opening range, I think we move up though and take out some of these liquidity. So hopefully you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. You guys can see this level, the 200 level. You can see how we kind of bounce off it, move up, test it, bounce, 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 move up, bounce, and then move down. So it's these levels that you pay attention for in the bigger time frame. Like this is a 5 minute. If you generally look at it on like a 15 or more so like a 30 to 1 hour, you'll see how well these psych levels work and play out. So let's just go to a 30. And yeah, you guys can see for yourself. Psych levels is something to pay attention for. It's not like a end all be all type of thing, but it's something definitely you should be looking for. Oh, we're approaching 29,100 round number. Oh, we're approaching 2,900, 29,000. I mean, round number. So definitely want to look at this stuff. This is just stuff I've noticed over time. And sometimes, yeah, you'll get like an amazing trade off of it, like here. Not always, but I mean, you would have taken, if you just ran a 30-point stop here, entered at like 95 or 405, you know, whatever, took a 30, 40-point stop, you would have made bank on this trade, like Jesus Christ. This one didn't quite touch it, 2 points away, but holy, what a reaction. But yeah, what is your ROI on August? August. Uh, well, I have to check. I made a bunch of payouts with Tradeify. I choked a couple payouts. I'm no chance I'm hitting 50K this month because I choked like 20K in payouts. Yeah, I choked 20K in payouts. I choked a 8.5K Taurus payout, a 5.4K Tradeify payout. I choked, but I think I'm still at like 30K in payouts or so. Spend wise, I have no idea. I know I went on a spree one day. I spent like 1.5K. I think I shared it to you guys on stream. I forgot what day it was. Uh, oh, it was trying to get that Taurus payout. Yep. That was pretty cooked. Jesus Christ. But yeah, overall it's not too bad. Not my best month, not my worst month, but definitely could be better. Um, Definitely choked, but yeah, I'll have to check. I'll have to make like a Twitter post and check. Those posts normally do pretty well when you share your spend and payouts, so I'll probably make one of those. But yeah, um, this opening range is wrong. I don't know why it's wrong. OR 630. What? It's 5 minute range. All right, I'll just take it off the 15. But yeah, I'll have to check. Sorry, I can't say on stream right away off the top of my head, but yeah, I'll have to check. But it's definitely in the positives. I don't know how positive. All right, it's about 8 a.m. Market's dying down a little bit, but I still have accounts to trade. So, oh, that's the hourly candle. Let's see what we do here. The 8 a.m. PST open is here, guys. Magnets wise, is not much lower. I mean, sure, there's like blocks of liquidity here and there, but I guess this is a good enough magnet. 64. They're layering into this. Now there's 60 and 70 here. That's a big magnet here. I think we're going to take that out if we can get through this trap selling. Took out one of them. See if we can take out this one here. 65s. I would definitely be short into this right now. God, I need my accounts, man. I have to buy 2 more accounts. I've been putting it off, just buying like one at a time. The checkout process takes forever, so I just been putting it off. I just hate buying accounts. I just want to keep accounts and not have to buy more. Right now, this is acting as a shield barrier. You'd want to get long above this right here. You guys see how they keep reloading into this position? Like they keep adding and layering to their position. So you can see like, yeah, they're just reloading the book right there. So this is the level to see that holds on. If this gets run through, then okay, we're probably looking good for a trade potentially back to here, this range, swing highs, range highs. That's what I'm thinking right now. Okay. Moving down a little bit. Nice little block holding us up here now for shorts. We'll see. It's a bit of a two-way. Try to get involved if it becomes a little more clear. Potentially, if we get through 60s and hold under 60s, I think I might try short. Okay, we're just chilling here for now. All right, my accounts are ready. I got 5 fun and next flex 50Ks. Let's get it. Let's trade them 5 micros, just like we always do, and see if I can lock in. Let's see if I could lock in. There we go. We have the goods. The goods have been secured. 5 accounts. Was it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 accounts. Let's see what trades we can get ourselves into. Potentially right now, you'd be short off 73. Didn't quite catch it off 73, but I caught it off 66. Where do I put my stop on this one? Maybe risk 10 points underneath this or above this. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So we'll see if I can catch this. We're up like 10 points there. I want to see this kind of retrade a bit of the move we've made up. So I am short 1 mini on this. I was able to find a good spot. Generally, it would be 5 micros, but it's also a bit slower of market. But beautiful trade off the order flow. I'm really finding my stride with the order flow here. Don't need all these other tools that people use. All I need is my orders here. So this is looking like the magnet we're going for. So I think I'm going to front run this and put it at like 36. I think I could get 36. I mean, I'll move this over to break even now as well. I think it's a good spot. I mean, we're seeing some layering on the books here. Maybe I get out here. Yeah, I'll just call it there. Nice little trade. I think it could run, but I don't like how, we're stepping in here. In fact, I kind of like the longs now. Oof, that would be a nice spot to try it off of that. See if that holds potentially, but I think the narrative has shifted a little bit here. I think the narrative has shifted. It's a bit more even now, not as free as we saw up there. But I was able to capture 15 points, 17 and a half points. We'll see what else presents itself, and we'll see if I can figure out how to show my executions on motorway itself, because I don't like just bringing this over and under, but you guys probably want to see my executions, so I'm just doing that for now. As far as structure wise, yeah, I like lower, but I don't like how we're doing this. Goat, I try. That was a nice trade though. Yeah, I like the structure. I like how we're breaking down. reluctance to get through 43. Also, this big trades right here. This is probably what you need to get through. Also, I don't like this. I like that looks a bit better. Still don't like the line as much. That looks better. So we'd probably need to get through this, but there's just a lot of buy side showing up here. What's up, Jogesh? What up, what up? How you been, man? But yeah, this is the level I'm looking for. Structure-wise, we are attempting to get lower, go lower a bit, but you guys saw the buyers step in there on the books, and we're moving up. So I'm glad I took my TP. Glad. I'd probably try a long off of like 50s. Now that I think about it, it might be too late now, but if you can see, there's like obviously more buy side interest here rather than sell side interest. So yeah, I don't think I get my trade back down to here. All right, I'm gonna try it off of 59. We'll see if we can push it here. 58, I mean, long off 58. Come on. Go break even. Let's put it there. 5 point stop for now. So on these accounts, I think I need to hit like $1,000 in order to call it a day. The sellers are kind of reloading. I don't really like that. Good attempt. I didn't quite. Sellers kind of stepped in there. It was a good attempt, but it's all good. 5 point stop. The thing is, I don't want to fade the structure, but I also don't want to like go against these orders. All you can do is enter a trade and manage your risk and pray. Can't really do much else. I'll try one more time on a long. We'll see when actually I think is right though. DOM is a beautiful tool. I agree, especially the depth of market. God, it's just I see so much buy side. Do we try it off this maybe? Okay, I'm trying it off 52. I'll give it 10 point stop here. See if it can work. We gotta get through this blocks here. I wish I was in with 10 micros. I would love to scale in and out. All right, we'll see if the sellers reload up here again. So I'll move this back to, move this over here. See if they step in here. I would just love to scalp it. All right, I'm trading MNQ. Screw it. There's no like actual benefit you get to trading NQ over MNQ. Literally none. You might as well just trade MNQ. I mean, no, I do agree. It is a bit more equal here, but like I was calling out earlier, I like the move back down into this kind of range here. And now we're kind of pushing off of it. You saw the buy side interest come in. It's obviously dwarfing the sell side currently here. So I do think we see a move back up to like this kind of balance area we did over here. Wait, let me save this. I hope when I draw another rectangle, that's what shows up. Yep, nice, nice. Oh, never mind. How do I? get my beautiful rectangle I have here to show up. All right, I'll figure it out, but I'll just copy it for now. Yeah, I do think, I mean, okay, I was correct on the play. I just got stopped out. Unfortunate. Yeah, you guys see like the dwarfing? There's just so much more interest to the upside. We're just dwarfing. So I do think we could see a move back up to like here. I'm short, or I'm long for MNQ. So not the size I want to be in. Rather be in with 10, but it is fine. All right, now we're seeing some sellers come back in, so I'll probably just exit. I should probably find a good entry rather than like a breakout, but because the thing with order flow, all right, that's fine. Sellers came back in. So the thing with order flow is it can only give you like the next 10, 15, 20 points. It can't really give you like a bottom tick trade. So if you want that, you got to use it off a level. And if you don't use it off a level, you're gonna get cooked like I just did there. But something wrong with your mic, mate. It's kind of cracking every time. Yeah, something is wrong. Um, the mic is just trash as hell. And I won't be able to change it until I go to Florida. So that is 2 weeks away. Yeah, it's 2 weeks away. So until then, you guys are stuck with this shitter mic. I'm sorry. Big blocks. What do we have? Structure-wise, we're still going lower. What is that, like a lower high? AB says ES is looking weak now. I agree as well. It's dumping. Maybe we try a short up off of 60. Maybe hope this is another lower high. ES looking like it could pull NQ down, I feel like. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Interesting spot though. All right. For shorts, I mean, we'd got to hold 56, I think. Yeah, it's just pretty equal. I don't really see like anything glaringly obvious. Pretty equal. Structure-wise, I think we go lower, but um, order flow-wise, pretty equal. ES might actually wake up off of that low sweep it just did, a range sweep. If ES is heavy here, then okay, then we're good. But if it's not, I don't really. Eventually, we're gonna have to take out these orders on one side, so I'm kind of using ES now for gauging strength. See which way the order flow leans more. Yeah, I feel like ES might just wake up off that, so I feel like it goes higher than Q here. I don't know. ES is taking forever. Like this could be a decent spot to get short off of 60s if this holds. Just mega chop. And Q trying to get dumpy here. Dubs. Baby Jesus caught that dump. Yeah, ES looking like it might take out its low, which is going to obviously pull NQ down. Let's see how aggressive we can get here. Or if aggressive at all. God, just chop again. There's like nothing to do. I'm like just frozen here trying to scalp this, and it's like, bro, it's not even worth it. Oh, yeah. I just want to break out in one direction. I don't even care which one. Just break out. All right, that is a decent breakout. What do we look for here? Yes, nice wick off the lows, but in Q strong as hell right now. I gotta get through 93. Get through it, it does. Yep, nice little breakout. Now we'll go see if we have enough juice to take out this range high where we had trapped buying, and we have all these orders. Take out this rectangle. Some huge orders coming in at prior week low now. 200. Why can't I see prior week low on this? I think I have to cache the data so I can see. Oh, on ES. There we go. Yep, we can see prior week low now. No, but there is orders coming in on prior week low at NQ. Well, it's been there. It's been sitting there. 178. My phone's so hot, bro. I feel like my phone is like cooked. I had it on for like, I guess I had it on for 20 minutes, but why is it so hot? It's like a microwave. This account is crazy, guys. We've scalped out like so many points. Like, it's insane. See if we can get through the hundreds here. Weaken out of it. I assume we do. Oh my god, what the hell? What the hell was that? Holy shit. What the hell? What am I watching? Holy shit. Okay, I think we're gonna go in like reverse now. Like, I mean, retrade this move. God, that's crazy sweep. What the hell? God damn. We'll see how we like, what's the word? We'll see how we like hold above this, but god damn. A lot of trap selling up there. I'm long on my account now, on my live account with one mini. I want to set my stop to break even and try to ride this. It's got to get through 40s though, and then we're safe. If we can't get through 40s, that's going to be bad. Holding above the overnight low now. That's good. God, I can't get through this. 36, 40. All right, let's see if we can pump it here, or else I'm gonna cut my trade. You streaming tomorrow? Yes, sir. Streaming every day. Every day. Come on, let's get this shit to move off 20s. Get into the 40s and I can set my stop to break even. Okay. Come on. Give me a break of these highs I set to break even. Come on. Come on. Might just cut it here if it trades lower on this candle. Really watching it closely here. I know the liquidity above's in the way, but I like my entry. I have a thesis. If we get through that liquidity, then it might just be straight sailing. I'm up 300 with a mini. My entry is literally 20 exactly. Right here. Gotta get through this right here. Go take that block out. Might have to take a break even on this. Can't do it yet. I mean, it probably will. I just don't want it to trade through my entry, so I'm trying to manage risk. Alright, I set my stop to break even. 1 point in profit, so worst case, tags me out, but I'm up like 400 right now off of mini. We'll see how long this trade can print, but I really like it. I think the narrative has shifted. I think my entry is a bit, it's okay. It's off the overnight low, but not the best. There's a high chance I get stop break even. I mean, shit, I'm only up 15 points, 10 points right here. And we still have all these blocks to get through. Yeah, I don't know. Not too confident. Confident in the narrative. I like it, but not too confident in my entry. And the fact that I said it break even. Do I just cut it, man? I want to kind of let it play out, but alright, I cut it. I'll just call it a day. I don't want to mess up this payout. I'm gonna be taking out 4,500 now. Nice little trade off the overnight low once we retested and held. So logging in a $4,500 payout to start the week. Amazing. Doesn't get better than that. Oh, 4,500, they take 90%, 10% split. So $4,000 payout to start the week. Let's go, baby. Been streaming for hella long today as well, 2 hours in. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. 4K to the bank. Let this market rip. It's all good, bro. I need that. I need that when I go to Florida. I'll use that to buy furniture and stuff. Good day. Great day. We had a lot of people leave because I said I wasn't doing giveaway on stream today. We're down to 10 people. 10 real ones. Drop a comment if you're still here. Yeah, everybody just left like flies when I said no giveaway on stream. There'll be a giveaway on Discord. Let me say hi to the W people here. Come on now. Let's go. We got Jay Sherbo here. We got Bruentov. We got Baby Jesus. We got Coders, Victon, Lost in Moldova. I'm on Discord. I am. I have a server. Who else do we have? We have John Akiram. We have Metalhead XX. Almost tongue twisted myself. Um, Good stream. Now I can watch every day. W. Since I'm working remote now. W. Uh, who else do we have here? We have La Pampara. What's up, bro? We have AB. Next time say no giveaway, then do a giveaway. I think I will do that actually. Next time I'll say no giveaway on stream, guys. Like the minute I get here, everyone who joins is gonna leave, and then the real ones will have the giveaway. But no, we're doing the giveaway on Discord now. We're doing it a little bit different. A little bit different. Discord link, I got you. So the paid Discord is gonna be coming out soon. When I move to Florida and figure out stuff. But holy hell, the narrative was correct, guys. I was correct on the narrative. I just wanted to book profits, but I was long at 20, so I'd be up 40 points right now. And nice. They're layering into this. You guys see this is increasing. It was previous like 170 here. Holy shit, what the hell is going on? We're just giving up this whole move. A lot of orders are coming in, hitting the bid. Trying to stop it here, but I don't think so. I think we run. Might have a small reaction here off the OR mid, but this is looking way too pumpy. Jesus Christ. Why did I exit my position? Fuck. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Narrative was correct though. It's a V bottom. We're moving up. It's correct narrative. Someone just took off 100 lots here. You guys saw this was 100, right? Like 2 seconds ago. Someone took off 101 lots. I think they don't want to be filled short. They think this goes higher. I'm not sure. I'm just making. Yep, guys, we're just pumping crazy. What a long entry. What a idea. Holy shit. Holy shit. Discord link. Got you. So just type in gowarroom.com on Google and it'll show you my Twitter link, my YouTube, and Discord link. I'll just link it here though. It's gowarroom.com. It's linked in the chat right now. This motorwave is free for Lucid, right? Motorwave is free. The indicators, these are stuff I made myself, so I have to like figure out how I'm gonna release them. But yeah, I might just make it like once we do the Discord, I might just make it like release the indicators for people who are in like the paid Discord or something like that. Streams are always gonna be on YT. Streams always on YT. I don't like gatekeeping the streams. I like streaming to a wide audience. Who cares? You made 4K. You made money. That's all that matters. I was showing that shit and got lucky. Yeah, that's all that matters at the end of the day. We made money. The narrative was correct. Sure, it can run more than we want, but the narrative was correct. So that is all that matters. Had a nice entry at 20 though. But you guys see like that entry, the risk management, like we saw this break up. Okay, it's fine. You see this break up, it's whatever. You find a level, it breaks up past the, it didn't give us quite an entry when we kind of reclaimed through this opening range 5-minute low. But once we reclaimed, once we pushed up above the overnight low, we had a retracement into it and we had some reaction here. This is where I entered off 20. As you guys saw, if you rewind the stream, I showed you guys, my entry. I entered 20. Once it looked like this was good, and I mean, I didn't have a stop in place, but generally it would be like 10, 15 points. Kind of stalled out for a bit. I entered on like this first tap, we stalled out, and then we went. And then we took this out, stalled out, and then we went. And then I TP'd around like 40 or 50. But you guys see like the idea, right? Managing my risk, that's all you can do is manage your risk. You never know what trades will play out, but you can always know that your risk is managed. So, um, let's see. What happened in deep charts? So I quit deep charts. I used everything that I got from deep charts and I put it onto motive wave. So these big trades, this is like deep charts. Um, Somehow I was able to code this like a genius and get this just like I wanted. Basically, I got deep charts on motive wave. So did that. So yep, no need for deep charts anymore. Um, Go cancel my subscription. Let me show you guys exactly what I would get out of deep charts. And now we don't need that anymore because we have it here on motive wave. One sec, guys, I'll answer all the questions. Let me just show you this real quick. So motive wave is loading, or sorry, not motive wave, deep charts is loading. Show you guys exactly how deep charts looks like and why I moved off it. Wait for this to load. So you guys see deep charts? Look at these bubbles. Well, I have literally created the same exact bubbles for myself. I don't need it anymore. It's amazing what a bit of coding can do. Where's deep charts? I don't need delta. I don't really look at that. I use DOM. So basically I got best of both worlds. I use my NinjaTrader, I use best of deep charts, and I have exactly what I need. So I don't need deep charts anymore. So yeah. Anyways, I just opened deep charts to show you like a 2-second thing. But anyways, um, how much approximately would paid Discord be, and would you be teaching footprint techniques in the paid Discord? So I don't use footprint, first of all. I use what do I use? I use candlestick structure. I use the depth of market. I use order flow elements, but not like conventional order flow elements, like most people like like a deep, what's the word? Like footprint or like Yoshi uses big trades. I'm a little bit different. I use big trades, but not really. I'll be teaching exactly what I do, obviously. Like I'm not gonna gatekeep anything. I'll be teaching exactly what I do, but the paid Discord, how much would it be? I don't know yet. Um, I want to say like I don't want to say anything. I don't want to like throw people off because it could be different than what I end up doing. Depends on how much value I can give. Like these indicators, I feel like are a lot of value, so I'll add that in there for free. Um, the community will be a good value. You'll be able to reach traders like me who pull a lot of money out from props, as well as other, traders who are making money. So I'm trying to give as much value as I can. It's hard to put a price around like value, so we'll see. Um, yeah, we'll see. I don't really want to say anything right now, but it won't be like too expensive. I don't think it's gonna be over like $100 a month, um, or 150. Like it's gonna be like affordable. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just throwing out random numbers, but 500 a month, yeah, that's not happening. So yeah. Okay, did we fill this order here? I think we did. I don't think he spoofed. Yep, we're moving up, it looks like. Yep, that would have been an 80 points trade. It's fine. I would have liked that trade a bit more if I was in with two minis, but I was in with one, so I don't really mind leaving up like 60% of gains on the table. It's only an extra $800 or so. It's not too bad. But if it was two minis, okay, I'd be kind of punching my head in the air. Giving up an entry with two minis at 120 when the narrative I really believed in higher, and there's nothing invalid other than the fact that we're just kind of taking a while to get going. So I'm fine with my exits. Take that 4K payout. But yeah, seeing some orders come in, trying to defend this prior week low right here. We're seeing that play on real time. We're seeing a small little move off of it. Some short-term sell-side interest. We'll see if that's enough to keep us down. I don't think so, but we'll see. Obviously, this move has got to exhaust itself somewhere, right? We are up, what, 230 points off the low. It's going to be exhausted somewhere. This is a great area, right? You saw the order flow come in. You saw the trap buying. You saw the level prior week low. It's a great spot to reject. Hopefully this makes sense. At least for the short-term basis. But the overall thesis still, I think, is up. As far as as long as we don't give up too much of this move back. But yeah. Currently though, seeing some sellers step in. Alright guys, anyways, that'll be it for me today. Locking it up, didn't trade this account anymore. Points wise, we made a shit ton of points. P&L with 2 minis, we made 5.4k on the day today. That's 272 points with 1 mini. Diabolical. You know, when you win big, and when you lose, you hope to lose small. So 272 points today off a mini, that's amazing. Love it. And beautiful. We've nailed the move down into the overnight, nailed the move back up. Beautiful. This order flow is really, really helping me. I love it. So we'll keep this going. We need to pass my Tradeify tomorrow. We need $800 more or $600 more. Where's my Tradeify tab? Yep, so we need $605 more to pass these. So we should be able to get that done tomorrow and then start those funded and rebuild off the Asia blow up we had last week. I understand. Please accept my request in Discord to message you. What's it about? Because I generally don't accept requests just because I have so many requests. And Discord limits the amount of friends you're able to have. So I try to keep my options open in terms of friend requests. I mean, I can just friend you now and then unfriend you once we're done talking, but if you want it to be private. Because I have a lot of contacts on Discord. As a trader, everybody's online. So I met like some of my best friends online. I've gotten some wacky requests DMs before. Some people are crazy F. Yeah. I don't think our friend here is crazy, but just for my general like sanity, I don't accept every request just so people can't message me because my like Discord like ping just goes off. I don't want it to go off all the time. And I want it to stay on because when people message me, I want it to mean something. Someone asked me, ever been to India? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. It's amazing. The food is insane. Insane food. Like, look, I have already. Like, I already have so many requests. I don't even bother deleting them because I just get them like every day. Like, just look how many requests I have. 31 pending requests, bro. I mean, a lot of these are bots. I mean, I've sent two. Take these out. But, yeah, I don't do requests because of that. When are you coming? Let's meet in person. I don't know when I'm coming. And not to be like, um, what's the word? Not to be like condescending, but like you'd have to be making money, or you'd have to be doing well for yourself, or like we had to be friends to meet. I don't want to get shot through like by going and meeting someone. Like I'm scared now. I have too much to lose now. How you knew we would flash those sellers? Well, if you go back to the stream, I was saying how we had a lot of buy side come in. I didn't know we'd flash to those sellers like that, but if you go back to the stream, I mean, I could probably figure it out here. What area was it where we like just shot through? So the narrative for me, regardless of what happened order flow wise, the narrative for me was, okay, so we're trading here, right? You guys can see that we're trading underneath the ORB, trading underneath the opening overnight low, and you're seeing that it's a big downtrend, right? You see that. Why does this look so trash? Let me just go to 15. You're seeing that we opened here and we're just trading lower, and we're looking like we could potentially roll over here, right? How do we know that we end up doing this? Well, we don't, but the narrative kind of shifted for me. Once we took out, you see this pink line here? That's the 5-minute low. Oh God, I can't see anything with this big trades. You see this pink line here? Let me take out the heat map as well. You see this pink line here, right? Opening range, that's the first, that's the high of the 5 minutes market open, low of the 5 minutes, middle point of the 5 minutes. You can see this, we never really got through this, and that would be the first level you'd want to see reclaim, get above and hold above in order to move higher. You saw that we tried here, couldn't, move back down, and at this point I was thinking shorts. But then I was looking at the order flow here around this area on stream, and if you see right here, right, you can see us kind of layer in, and it's more buyers. Like you see, like there's more buyers than sellers here. It's very obvious. There's more blocks of buy orders than sell orders. So what happened? Well, we defended that interest, and that interest played out. You see way more buyers than sellers here, no sellers. And now we're seeing buyers underneath price try to hold it up. Insane. And we actually filled that order, but eventually we end up flashing through right here. Where was this? I want to watch this flash actually. Yeah, that's crazy. But that is, I mean, that is just the narrative playing out. Like that is just when you have like runners, like you have a narrative, it plays out, you have a runner, it's bound to happen. I mean, it's just whatever your thesis was happening a bit faster. But over here is what I was sure. I knew that we'd beat these um we'd beat these sell orders up here because we had more buyers. You know, the interest buyers showed their hand that we wanted to go higher. So I like the longs off here, and then I was like, okay, well, if we can reclaim this level, if we can get above the opening range low, reclaim it, and then get above this potentially, not get above this, but I was like, okay, we get above this, we target this. That was my kind of trade, and then that happened. You didn't quite get an insane entry off it. I mean, I guess you kind of did. It was more consolidation. You didn't really get a move like this above it and retest it, but you guys saw the order flow. It led us to long this, and at least in the short time frame. And that led us to breaking through this ORB. And then once we broke the ORB, well, the order flow confirmation just continued and printed because we were on the right side of the trade, our thesis. And where was it here? Kind of further illustrates. So at this point, right, the thesis is played out. You know, there's not a lot of buyers anymore, a lot of sell orders up here. And now I'm treating this more like magnets because a thesis is kind of working out. But for a thesis to really, really play out, I really wanted to see us get above this. I was like, oh, this could V bottom here. This could potentially reclaim and get going. Um, so that's what we did. We reclaimed the overnight low. And that's where I entered. Once this sweep happened, I didn't do anything until this, flash sweep. I was like, oh shit, okay, we're going up. This really confirms it for me. Um, I wait. I think I long. Yeah, so you see here where I'm saying we see how we hold above this. I'm pointing out the trap selling up there, pointing out the trap buying down there. I think I already got long off this at this point. Yeah, so I got long the minute this candle opened. You guys can see the minute this candle opened and wicked into this, that's where I got long off that. And now my target was pretty much here. This is where I end up TPing anyway. It just took a while to get going, but you see it kind of chopped. It kind of went to the high. Some more trap buying down here. It didn't really, the max drawdown I was in this trade was like 5 points, 6 points because I was long at 20. It seemed a bit sketch because if it kind of fell through this trap buying, then it's like, oh, who knows what happens. But regardless, I had a nice entry, place where I could manage risk. Is a make or break kind of point. At this point, the narrative is what's playing out. You know, we saw that sweep up. You see there's more interest to the downside. There's more like orders, sell orders, right? So you'd want to typically get short. But just based off of what we saw so far, I was thinking longs. So I got long here, thinking we just use this and eat this liquidity. And once we got through this, if we got through this, holy shit, we're gonna fly. And that's exactly what we did. I just didn't want to risk it. I got out here because I was like, okay, we might not fly. And that also comes from the fact that, you know, I was in this trade for like 5-6 minutes. It was a bit stressful, meaning it wicked underneath my entry a couple times. I wasn't in like crazy drawdown, like 5-6 points only, but it was a bit of a stressful hold because I didn't really know what was going to happen. Like imagine I got long here and it's holding and it's consolidating up here. I don't really give a shit. Um, I am way in profit, right? I just have my profit somewhere here or break even, whatever. But the fact that it was wicking underneath my entry, even if it was 5 points, really just threw me off. And the fact that we took this high, there's this trap selling here and there's all these orders. I was like, unsure. But the narrative, I was like, okay, reclaim this. Next, let's go for this. Um, and and then it just flies through. But that's just the narrative playing out. You can't really capture that. Okay, right here. It's all about the narrative. It's all about the thesis. So the order flow can change from time to time. You know, that's what it does. It's order flow. It's the flow of orders. So you generally don't want to get so caught up in like the nitty gritty order flow. You want to use it where your levels are, and then kind of, you know, understand the narrative and hope your narrative plays out. So basically, what I'm trying to say is find a thesis, find an entry using the order flow, pray your thesis is correct. If your thesis is correct, okay, you're Bing chilling. If not, okay, you get stopped out, but you get stopped out at a nice area where you can manage your risk, where you're not risking 50 points. You're risking like 10, 15, 20 points to potentially make 50. So that's all that it comes down to. So hopefully that makes sense, Bruntov. But good question. Good question. I enjoy answering questions like that for sure. Right now it's pretty even, right? Pretty even. Big blocks. You can't really make any assumptions. So when it's pretty even like this, turn the shit off. Look at the real narrative. What's happening? Well, we had this opening move. Try to get above the psych level. Also, you know, just remove the psych level as well. Big narrative. You see the narrative. It was shorts for a while. We nailed that. We got the short into the overnight low. Used liquidity to get more short. Fuck, can't speak. And then the narrative kind of shifted around here, and we kind of caught. You don't need to catch the low here. You don't need to catch this low. You don't need to like literally do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to do that to make money. I'm requesting $4,000 today out of a live account where I made like shit. I made so much money out of that. I made 272 points. Well, with two minis, trading two most of the time. So theoretically, I made like 135 points with two minis. But if you use one mini, yeah, that's what it comes down to. 272 points. I was able to capture 272 points in one mini. I don't have to capture this entire move. Like I don't need to top tick this short and then bottom tick this long. Like no, you just try it at these areas where you have risk reward set and probabilities and theories and whatnot. that's what I'll be teaching. And that's all you need to make money. You don't need to catch every single move. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I think I explained it pretty decently, so hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, right now we're kind of seeing a reaction off the prior week low. Some sell side interest once again is coming, trying to defend it. Not really sure what happens here, but the fact is we've V-bottomed, we've recovered so much of the move. Do we go on take out the opening print right here? Probably. Typically, in my experience and my intuition, we end up going take out the opening print. If we retrace this much, that's only 60 points away. Very, very doable. I'm not going to stick around for that. I'm pretty much done. So yeah, great session. Debuted the indicators on stream, and beautiful, 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 beautiful. We have a big block up here, 331, 66. Yeah. Any big blocks down below? Not really. No, not really. No big blocks. So far, the bigger blocks are up to the upside. So that also kind of validates my narrative that in my experience, when we recover this much of the move, typically we go and retrade the opening print. And that's supported by the fact that we have some bigger blocks to the upside. Well, it's a way upside, but regardless, it's there. So, yep, that's pretty much it. I've been streaming forever today. Hope you guys enjoyed the longer stream. Will be giveaways this week inside the Discord, so stay tuned for that. Join the War Room. That's what it's called, the Discord, the War Room. So it's gowarroom.com. You search it up. My Twitter is there, my YouTube's there, and my Discord's there. So join the Discord. It's free, and I'll see you guys in there. We'll be doing giveaways, and I'll be in the Discord as well. I'll be active in there in the chat. So if you guys need to reach me, just tag me in the chat, say what's up. But yeah, I'll be ending it here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we're live every day, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.